Caution. This podcast contains swearing, adult themes, and ridiculous opinions about the gaming industry. Enjoy. Hello, and welcome to 80 Games Around the World. Kermit Arms. And I'm now here with the fantastic, the supersonic, the boy.
Hey, that boy.
It took us several tries, but we finally got there. Also, sorry to our sister Vanessa. Dr. V. We didn't need you this time. We wanted the fun.
Yeah, you're not a gamer like us.
Yeah. I can imagine her listening to Skype. Just like Luna. So, Christopher.
Yes.
What does a dolphin, melee weapons, a spooky mansion, and a purple handbag have in common?
The $1 million question. Well, if I was to guess, is it the Nintendo Gamecube?
Yay! Camera arm.
You won $1 million.
Yes, yeah. You won my respect. Yes, today's subject is all about the Nintendo Gamecube, the console that allowed us all to bond, all 21.74 million of us. Mm-hmm. That's how many that was sold, by the way, across the world. Over one of the best consoles with one of the greatest libraries, up there with the Sega Dreamcast, and I can't think of another console that had a really good lineup. That
Xbox 360.
The Xbox 360 sold really well, though.
True. Underrated, but sold.
Yeah,
really.
Underrated. I can't think of another underrated console that had a great library. So I've said the Sega Dreamcast.
The Wii U.
The Wii U, yeah. Actually, the Wii U, up until its latter years, had one of the best starter lineups I've ever seen. You had Batman and Batman. I can't remember the rest, but it had some really good games in it. I was like, wow, this is actually.
You had Mario Kart 8, you had Super Smash. What was it was just called Super Smash Bros, wasn't it? Still, just Super Smash Bros Wii U.
Yeah, for Wii U, because it was the fourth one, and they're like, oh, we can't just call it Smash Brothers 4. They have to try and make it a name, but I was just like, I think that says it all about the Wii U. They were like, let's call it for the Wii U. Not gonna confuse it any more than it needs to be.
I feel like a lot of people looked at that console and thought, what am I getting? I'm just getting a Wii with a tablet.
Yeah.
What am I buying with this? What more am I getting? They
should have gone, this is the Wii, it should have been called Wii U HD or something like that. And people go, it's high definition. Oh my God. And then people trying to plug in the back of the TV plug, but then put the HD cable in. I was like, no, it's going to make it explode. The reason why I've brought one of the clues was it was called the codename Dolphin. A couple of years, I think it was revealed in 2000. The console wasn't released until 2001, but its codename was Dolphin, and no one seemed to know what it was, what the operation was, but the whole point is the operation system was called Dolphin. It came up in quite a few games. I think Pikmin were quite a big presence in its reveal, but also, I think I was saying to you earlier, one of the Zelda games, I'm going to say Wind Waker. In one of the rooms, I think it's actually Link's house, you can remove some pots and it will show an emblem of the dolphin at the bottom. Correct me on this if I'm wrong about this audience, because I probably am, because I'm half tired. Yeah. You also found out some fun, interesting facts, didn't you? The boy.
Yeah. I had a deeper delve, and you're right about it being codenamed the Dolphin. There's also codenamed the N2000 at some point as well. I don't know why. It sounds crazy.
Yeah, because everything back then was like, it's Y2K. And it's just like, yeah, there wasn't exploding. I'm just like, not if Nintendo were developing the console.
Yeah. No, they have anything to say about it.
They were just like, yeah, whatever, crazy American and British people. Go on with your bad self.
A lot of facts, so I can chip away at them. But if you do a data mine into the memory of the Nintendo GameCube, it actually has like you said, the logo has Nintendo and the dolphin of it. That's what it's called, and the chipset that was used for the processing unit was actually codenamed Flipper, which I didn't find out, which was is based on it was named after a TV show or film, wasn't it? The actual dolphin in the
Flipper. I think I was over in Australia. Flipper. Actually, I'm going through the Wikipedia as we speak, and it's to come to ATI Flipper at 162 megahertz.
Whoa!
That was a lot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, so we probably would drink now. It's getting a little bit out of hand. Anyway, what was your other fun facts?
So if you remember Super Mario Sunshine,
yes,
the owl Delfino is actually shaped like the dolphin. Yeah.
Oh, would you look at that?
Logo. And the owl Delfino, for people that speak or hablas español, who speak Spanish, it literally translates to Dolphin Island.
Hello, this is a side note. This is Mr. Game Travel here. My brother said that the island was named in Spanish. It's actually Italian. And if it's not Italian, it might be Spanish. It's somewhere in the Mediterranean. Okay, have a good listen of the podcast. Bye-bye. Well, I kind of guessed that from how it was spelled.
Yeah, and then there's some other crazy facts. I think the main one I'll say about is the startup sound.
Yeah.
If you hold the Z button, it'll play like a kiddie tune as well. And then if you have 4 controllers and you hold all the Z buttons at the same time, it'll have like a traditional Japanese sound, and it has like the yo in the background and everything. Yeah.
And there's our fun facts. Actually, and the fun fact, I think I remember it from an interview, that they had the handle on the back of the GameCube. Not only was it like the most powerful one out of the 6th generation, it was also meant to be a portable device. Hence why it had a little handbag designed to it, which now back in those days, if you were a strong-willed masculine man, you would not be walking around with a purple console.
Yeah, purple console.
I'm coming around your house now. La 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 la. This was being 2001 it discontinues, and I've seen the fact here is 2007, which I always think is a bit weird because the Wii came out in 2006, but I know that the previous generation, they always have like another year of it being processed still, but the manufacturing amount lowers down towards the end, obviously. But yeah, it went on for quite some years, and there's a reason why we picked this particular console, because I think this is the console that made my bro.
Yeah, man. It defined me. It gave my ass to define me as a gamer, man.
We were almost going to call him GameCube Low, but then due to Nintendo getting in there, we were like, no, we can't do this. I don't want to be sued over my baby brother. Right. Now we've discussed the actual console itself. Now let's discuss... Actually, one thing I wanted to get on to is I was reading some of my old comics and I was looking at some of the old adverts. I am a little bit jealous of America because they get some of the best adverts for the consoles ever. And it's always a little bit straight. And the best thing about the GameCube is, and also that era, like the 6th generation, this is where advertising for consoles and games were still strange enough, but made more sense, unlike the 90s ones, where it was just like a lot of people mugging in front of the camera and, oh my god, it's radical! And you're just like, what the hell is this game? And you find it's like Wave Runner 60.
Or to be like in a dungeon with like whips and chains, people getting beat up, and it's just like Hello Kitty. Like, whoa, hold on.
I can't. There was one where it was proper weird. I think some like surfers and all getting lost and like, whoa, dude, what's going on? And it's just like Echo the dolphin. You're just like, what the frig was even that? Anyway, I do remember one in the GameCube, and it was just bizarre. So I can't remember what the actual tagline was, and I just remember it being a clear cube. It had a man in a full body cast, and it's like, full body cast. And the bottom was like, you think you take this on? Well, wait until you take on Super Smash Bros. Melee. And you're just like, wow, I'm not sure if I want to play this game if I'm going to end up in a full body cast. Getting beat up by Pikachu.
That was me, man. That was me.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna kick my ass, bro. Took me out.
Right.
You know what's saying about the Americas and their GameCube? They actually had a competition over there, which was, what would you do for a Nintendo GameCube?
No, this already sounds dubious. Yeah.
It was absolutely outrageous. I'm going to go through the 5 contestants who won. Well, the the top five. Or let me just double check.
You're really amped up for this particular podcast.
Hey, you said I'd already looked at like previous videos when I used to just like sat on my computer. Fuck it, I'll just look at the GameCube. But
No,
there's other.
What have
You
you
got to
been
be
in your room all
prepared.
this week? You're like, oh, my week has finally come.
Yeah.
Just sat there rocking back and forth. Yes, yes.
As soon as you said it, I shut my doors and put a lock on it and said, "No entry."
This might actually be the time I said, Christopher, I bought potato waffles. What? Oh my God. My God. Go on then. Go on with you. Who were the 5 contestants that won then?
Okay, so the first person, they proposed to their girlfriend Mario style. So he was dressed up as Mario. She was dressed up as Princess Peach.
Well, that sounds like most things that are done today anyway.
Yeah. And they won. There was another one who juggled past Nintendo consoles. I think it was a Super Nintendo, a normal Nintendo, and then whatever else there was. And he was dressed as Mario as well. And he whistled the theme tune for Mario.
Oh.
And then it takes a steep turn.
Oh, God.
So I put some young geezer in my notes.
Some young
kid, some young bloke painted a GameCube logo using condiments with his tongue. So he's using like, I don't know, it must be like
what?
Ketchup and something else, like blueberry jam and some crap like that, and made the logo. Some woman ate a replica of the GameCube, so shaped out of uncooked Spam, chocolate syrup, and cat food. Absolutely outrageous. And then
she's no longer alive.
Yes, I think once she had the console in her hand, she passed out on stage. No one ever said that she actually played it. She won the competition, but no one said that she played.
She won it. She was buried with it.
Yeah. And the last person, the winner of the competition, shaved his head bald, painted himself. This is all live on stage, by the way. Like,
all about to say, because I was like, did they send in videos or something?
This is all live on the stage. They have pictures of it as well.
Oh, right. You have to download these pictures, Chris, and we'll have to put them on social media.
Yeah, we'll have to. Is there any way you can have like the podcast along with the pictures? You're like on YouTube, just like flash them up.
I think I can, but that's too much effort for me.
Yeah,
I can barely figure out how to put the one picture on. Put it in with the timestamp.
We might get sued by Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo like, what are you doing? I'm just like, go ahead.
He painted himself blue and stuck a leaf to his forehead to look like one of the pigmen. And then, for some reason, he also decided to eat a bowl of worms and crickets. What kind of what? I know you had to go for the lengths for a GameCube, but what in the hell is wrong with him? The fact that you shake your head.
I'm not inviting you back to this podcast, Christopher. These are facts that you bring.
I couldn't believe it.
I have to put another disclaimer at the start of this one because I always re-record them. I always do like a little funny one afterwards. And my disclaimer for this one is like, that's when you have disturbing competition winners in it. For God's sake.
Do not use your imagination whilst these are being described.
Yeah. I just feel sorry for the people that did the cleanup after the stage. It's just like, what is this? Paint, feathers, crickets, woman being sick in the corner. I'm like, I didn't sign up for this shit.
A broken console from the juggler?
Yeah.
Good Lord, man.
And the tears and revelations of a woman has just been proposed to as Princess Peach. It's like, oh my God, I've got to clean this shit up. Someone get the hose. Cool. Thank you. Did you have any more interesting facts?
I have 2. I'll save one for when we're actually describing the console and whatever. But there was another one where the start, when you go into the main menu and you've gone past the start screen and stuff, the music, the tranquil music in the background is actually a slowed down version of the Famicom start screen. So if you speed it up by like, I can't remember, it's like 2 or 4 times fast, or maybe 8 times, you'll hear it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks, the boy.
Yes.
Now that you grossed and scared everyone.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
A broken console from the juggler?
Yeah.
Good Lord, man.
And the tears and revelations of a woman has just been proposed to as Princess Peach. It's like, oh my God, I've got to clean this shit up. Someone get the hose. Cool. Thank you. Did you have any more interesting facts?
I have 2. I'll save one for when we're actually describing the console and whatever. But there was another one where the start, when you go into the main menu and you've gone past the start screen and stuff, the music, the tranquil music in the background is actually a slowed down version of the Famicom start screen. So if you speed up by like, I can't remember, it's like 2 or 4 times fast, or maybe 8 times, you'll hear
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks, the boy.
Yes.
Now that you grossed and scared everyone.
Yeah.
That's dear. Right. So the GameCube was part of the 6th generation. The 6th generation was the GameCube, the original Xbox, which has got probably the freakiest control up there with the N64. It was unnecessarily huge, and obviously the killer that killed everything, the PlayStation 2. There was, right, the reason why the GameCube didn't sell as much was it was the only console that wasn't allowed to do DVD playback. The shame. Absolute shame. It's all because they decided to go with a mini DVD disc, which weren't even a thing with other people. So lost out on the sales and was like 3rd place, unfortunately.
Yeah. They did that for copyright reasons. You know, like stop you from pirating and stuff.
Yeah, there's always a good reason for Nintendo being a little bit out there and wacky and not doing what everyone else wants them to do. So that was the reason behind it. And you actually came on to that point, so thank you very much. I don't have to look at anything else. They tried to do online with a LAN adapter, which is the thing. Was it the thing that was underneath?
It was behind.
It was behind it. And still, I don't think online was even there. I don't think online actually really got anywhere until the 7th generation. Because let's face it, even in 2001, we're still like, oh, have you signed up for a new AOL disc? Do you want to try? Let's all play Mario Kart in about 6 weeks' time by the time it logs in.
Is John on yet?
Yeah. However, I'm actually looking at one of the things. So we're going to start talking about some of the games. And one of the games that actually utilized the online function was a game which I never even played. I was seeing if you played it. Was Phantasy Star Online.
No, I never played it.
No. It's still being played to this day. I think Phantasy Star Online, I think the second one came out. Did it come out on one of the more recent consoles? Let's see.
Was the Wii? Was it not the
Wii U? That's what I'm thinking.
So it might have been like the 7th or 8th generation of consoles.
Where did it come on? Here we go. Oh no, it's actually on the previous generation. So it came out on Phantasy Star Online 2 came out on Xbox One, Switch, PlayStation 4, Vita. It's actually been played on Xbox Series X and S.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, backwards compatible. Yeah.
But they were still playing it way back, and I was like, there's still like a good handful of people, good few thousand people still playing it Fantasy Online because they've made their own servers.
Yeah. I've got one more fact.
Oh, go on. He's got another fact. Go ahead.
And yeah, you'll probably go back and you might say it, but they actually made another version of the console called the Panasonic Cube.
All right. Explain this one.
So the Panasonic Cube was to try and fill the market for this. Like you said about the DVD.
Yeah.
And it was incompatible with the GameCube, obviously because there was some little dinky disc that you had. So they thought, to compete with the market, we'll collaborate with Panasonic, and then it can have a DVD slider in it. But again, that console, the competition, if it was for that, I probably wouldn't have entered. It's such a. If you look at it, right, it just type in Panasonic Cube. It looks amazing.
Yeah, let's have a look now. This is going to be a great podcast. They go, what the hell is he talking about?
What the hell are they going on about? But the pictures don't really do it justice. It looks so shiny at the front. You know, like the old DVD players, like the fat stacks. You had like 5 different stories to a little DVD player.
Wait a minute. Oh my good sweet God. If you want one now, I think it's a Japanese only one.
Yeah.
Oh. Come on, I need to click on it. Why does it look so crazy? And why do I want one? Yeah, it does look like an old hi-fi, but with just a GameCube and a controller. It's just
it's glorious, Marvin.
It does feel like it needs to have like another section at the below for CD, another section for cassette at the top.
Yeah. Oh my God! Damn! I've just seen the price.
Yeah. Or on eBay, if you want it pre-owned, and please hurry now, people. If you've got money, $1,500 for a pre-owned Panasonic Q. Oh no, it's called Panasonic Q. I thought it said Cube. I was like, wow, bizarre. Just freaking bizarre. See, now all you people that think, oh, there's no point me keeping onto a console. It didn't sell that well. Wait, give it a good decade or so. That's why I refuse to get rid of my Wii U. Literally, it's my retirement plan.
And that's going to sell for a bomb.
Yeah. Which reminds me, if you do have any older consoles, make sure you take them out periodically to keep the power going and it doesn't die in itself. Just my little, my little cautionary tale there. I do know people that have had like old consoles, left them in poor conditions. I'm not going to say which person. You know who I'm talking about, Christopher.
Yeah.
Left it in poor condition, no wiring, and basically all the dirt and grime and stuff gets into it, kills the console, all the wires no longer work, and it takes friggin' ages and money to even try and get them replaced. So look after your old stuff. I mean that in terms of consoles, cats, old people, whatever. So let's talk about the thing that united us all.
Yeah.
The games. Now, the GameCube, unlike we were saying before with any like underrated console, it's always got like, the best lineup. Now, this game, or actually I say games in particular, the thing that I think you and I should have actually played together, but this is when I moved out of the house. And I gave you my old GameCube. And then, I don't know what happened to my GameCube.
I can't remember. I know Mum bought me a silver one. Mama,
yeah. The game we should have played together, and which kind of wish you had done, was X-Men Legends 1 and 2.
I remember you playing that game as well. I remember sitting in your room and be like, wow.
I get to play as Iceman.
I think I did play with you once. I must have done. I remember sat there and just being confused.
Yeah. Well, this is when you were a lot younger, and I used to go, yeah, Chris, here's a control, not even plugged in.
Yeah, not plugged in.
No, yeah, Christopher, yeah, you're Gambit. Gambit's not even on the screen. Yeah, those games were great. And actually, I even watched a YouTube video on it. If I can find a link, I'll put it in the description. And it's talking about the development of the actual game itself, and the amount of work and effort they put into it was fantastic. But the shocking thing is, for the second game, it took them a year to develop the second game. But basically, they had all the assets already in place. They had to just do a little bit of reskidding, retool some of the characters, added and took out some of the characters. I was very upset when they took out Jubilee and Emma Frost. Oh, yeah, I know. I was still bitter. But those games were fantastic. And that was I think that's my first ever set of games that was in the dungeon crawler genre.
Oh, I don't you mean like the Diablo and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, because I still can't get into Diablo. I do have a friend who's like, oh yeah, playing Diablo 3 with us on the Switch. I'm just like, I might just do it as no, it has to have X-Men on it. I don't care if it is Demons from Hell. If it's not Jean Grey, I don't give a crap. What was one of your favourite ones on the GameCube?
I have so many.
Yeah.
I have too many. But obviously, at the top, on its pedestal, is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Goated. God damn.
Oh, yeah. I think what was so fantastic about that game?
It was the perfect concoction of a great gameplay. Controls, not like smooth like butter, but at the time, damn near perfect. The voice acting was a bit shoddy, but the story behind it.
Why do I feel like the stories are a little bit shoddy? After 2006 Sonic, I'm just like, are you sure?
It's just if you think about it, the game before that was Sonic Adventure DX or Sonic Adventure, which was quite really light-hearted and stuff. But going from that to this, and the moon's being blown in half, they're talking about killing people, and in one of the cutscenes, right? I will say it. There's a thing called Prison Island, which is off the coast of I can't remember. It's like maybe it's meant to be San Francisco in game.
I remember that. What's the name of that place? I actually went past it. I went to San Francisco.
It's meant to be called like you mean the prison
Alcatraz?
Island? It's meant to be called Alcatraz, yeah.
That's it.
But in one of the cutscenes, the hero, Sonic and Shadow, and all the rest of the characters are fighting each other on this island, basically. And then Eggman's like, Shadow, what are you doing? You have to leave right now before this island blows up with you on it. And then you have to realize that Sonic is breezing through the forest and Shadow's trying to save his teammates and whatever else. But there's other people on the island. So they get the fuck up out of there, right? But the rest of them, the rest of, I don't know, like maybe like the guard officer and stuff, like, mate, we gotta go. Boom! There's like a huge wave of mate, it's just you have to look at that cutscene, man. Yeah,
right.
When you think about it, back in the day, you just think those people on the island. They didn't even know the island was being blown up until like 5 seconds before it took out. But yeah, it was quite a dark story for the time, but it
I'll
made sense.
say there's a lot of things from our early years within the gaming or storytelling atmosphere where they do talk about the main cars. You never think there are civilians down here, you know. It's not until someone goes, you do realize, like, that other people here, thank God it's a Sunday. Or was it too bad it's a Sunday?
Yeah, too bad it's Sunday, and it's just like I was like 3 days away from my retirement. I've been blasted.
Oh dear, the shame. So let's go for some of the big games on the console. So I've got a list here. I'm going to see if you've played any of them. So next one. The first one, I'm going to bring up the first one. It doesn't show up on the list for some reason. Right. This was the, I can't remember the words for it now. This is the showcase for the GameCube's power. And this was Luigi's Mansion.
I never played that,
I'm
ashamed.
Oh,
I am
you
ashamed.
should be ashamed. It was fantastic. It was just like, you've got all these effects that look great, considering it's not in the same league. Actually, it does say that the GameCube was like the most powerful one out of the three, but also I think because they had a different processor, it looked different from the games they had. But also, it's Nintendo. Yeah. Luigi's Mansion. I was like, that's from the Ghost, and I was like, how do they even make that effect? It looks fantastic. It looked like Slimer from Ghostbusters if they bothered.
Yeah, you mean the main ghost?
Yeah, like the main ghost. It's like this nice, like translucent. It wasn't, and some like the visual effects and the facial animations were just chef's kiss. And yeah, it was suitably creepy. It wasn't too creepy considering it was like a launch title. But it was also the first one that didn't have Mario in it. Starring Mario, I should say. Mario was in it, but obviously he's been a weenie. But obviously his weenie brother had to come in and save him. So this would have been the equivalent of you trying to save me.
Yeah.
But that was a good one. Right. Did you play the next one? Super Mario Sunshine.
Yes, I did briefly at some point. I remember you had it. You had that game.
Yes, I still can't. It is a really good game, but I think it's because I had spent years, I mean years, playing it as Mario, just, jump around, bopping people in the head. But then having this water jetpack and I was just like, this feels a bit far-fetched. I don't know why. You've got his brother in a creepy mansion using a vacuum as basically like a shotgun. But then you've got Mario here with a jetpack. I felt like someone at Nintendo was like, you know what, you're not going fucking wild. Do what you want. We've got to make this console stand out, be weird, creepy, fun, all this stuff. You go for it. But yeah, Sunshine, I think when you revisit it, it is actually quite a really good game. I remember Tash, one of my friends is a streamer. I can't remember what her handle is anymore. I think it's twitch.tv/muckfooty. She might have changed it now. She's eloped with someone. She streamed it, and yeah, it was difficult, but not too difficult. But it's also just very colourful. Very cool game. Okay, right. It's one. Now this one's a personal one for me because I loved it so much. Eternal Darkness.
I've seen how much that game messes with your mind, though.
Oh, still creeps me out to this day. Some of the stuff that comes up. It wasn't very cutscene heavy, but I just remember just sometimes you come up with a cutscene and you're like, oh my God, what the fuck has just happened to my screen?
Yeah, because doesn't it displays like an error message, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's just like your memory card has been destroyed or something like that, or it's been corrupted.
I can't remember the name of it. I think her name's Alexandra, the main character, or Sarah Alexandra. I don't know. Sarah Alexandra is the name of an actress who's in Coupley. That's not her name. The main female protagonist, she's basically gone to her grandfather's mansion because they always have big, massive mansions, especially if they're white. He's kicked the bucket. He owns McDonald's. He's gone. She's now trying to investigate a lot of stuff, but it's also about their bloodline. So she's reading all these tales and things about magic and suspense and thrillers, and each time she goes into like a different like segment, she comes out of it a little bit more twisted. Like sometimes you find the screen a bit twisted. There'll be flies on the screen. The volume will go down. It would then sometimes randomly you walk around the house, a head will fall off, and you're just like, freaking hell. And actually, I think at one point I had to go back onto the internet with my 56k modem. I had to look at some of the effects because I was a bit like, I don't know what's real anymore. I don't know what is. To look at the walkthrough. But yeah, it's still There are some other games out there that have a lot to thank for this game, and that would be like things like
Silent
Hill, Amnesia, anything with a sanity effect on it. It was all down to this game. And I think, actually, a couple of years ago, I think Nintendo tried to pattern moduled the game and all the effects. So I think there was talks of it being remade, but because it's from a company that's no longer with us, I don't think they can do much with it. They just kept the copyright.
Yeah.
Anyway, next one. Now, prepare yourself for this one. I think this is one that you might like with Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
The competition in the family, man.
Oh,
that set us up for generations, boy.
It's still in effect, it's still one of the best Super Smash Bros. Melee they've actually done. Did they do? Was it Project M that they've done with this one?
Project M was Brawl.
Brawl. But they still have Melee, but I think there was somewhere where they're actually using the characters from Ultimate and for Wii U. Are you typing?
No, yeah. No, I was just looking at the characters again.
I'm gonna have to edit out your typing. Stop it. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Yes, this is the game I think which it broke a lot of families and friendships, especially with that damn freaking Pikachu.
Oh, and Pichu busted. I hated Pichu, man.
But Pichu was like,
no, Pichu was like a more busted version of Pikachu, but you took damage every time you did some electric move.
I think he literally just had to move and him oh my God, you got 0.1% taken off already. Use this thing. But if you use him right and effectively, just like jiggly damn Puff, it can wreck anyone. So annoying. Very, very annoying. I don't know what the single player was like. I remember with Brawl, you had Brawl. I can't say the word Brawl. You had the Emissary Space mode, which was fantastic.
Yes. Subspace Emissary.
If that was it. But with the main, I just remember that it just having an adventure mode, and I was like, "Oh, this is quite fun." You can eventually, and this is what I miss about games now, is you can literally play the game and unlock characters as you go along, not have to pay $5.99 to get a character in your game.
There's no freaking ad or paywall going. Yeah. Oh, do you want to unlock Bowser? Hey, pay $6.
Do you want to pay Heihachi in Tekken 8? Pay $5.99. It's like, wait a minute, he's part of the story.
He's part of the main cast, bro.
Yeah. Do you want to pay Eddie? $5.99. You're like, wait a minute.
Dios mío.
It's just buzz off Tekken 8. Bring back just bring back normal characters. Bring back unlocking characters for your own determination. If you're going to pay for a little bit extra just to cheat your way through, fine. If you're going to grind like the rest of us, so be it. That's the way it should be. Right, next. Now, this is a game that me and Bex will die for. And it is the one that kind of was the most controversial out of all the Zelda, the Wind Waker.
You reckon that's the most controversial?
Yeah, no.
Not Twilight Princess?
No. There's a reason why Wind Waker is the controversial one, because you had, on the N64, you had the Ocarina of Time and then the Majora's Mask, and they're all quite dark, creepy, realistic, had these really weird twisting storylines, and then you got Wind Waker. Cel-shaded, cartoonish, completely juxtapositions the usual Zelda timeline, and it kind of came with some love/hate with it. I loved it. Now, I didn't start playing it until I got the Wii U and I got the HD remaster. It's a fantastic game. I love it. It's the most expressive I've ever seen Link be. Listen, he never speaks. And most of the time, when you speak to an NPC or someone who's actually just NPCs in general, it always zooms around, so you can never see Link's face, and you only ever listen to the person that's prattling on. Oh my God, yes, I know you're selling chickens, but come on. With this one, I think they had it just enough so you can actually see him react to what they're saying.
Yeah.
There's the one bit that always makes me laugh every single time is when, I can't remember, he gets put into a cannon. I think he gets shot into the fortress, and the countdown for it, you can just see every single emotion that's going through Link's head. It's like, what the fuck? Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I can see it. It's just like, what the?
Team Rocket, it's enough again. Next one. No, we're still stuck on Zelda. Next one was Twilight Princess.
That was GameCube.
Yeah, it was also the GameCube, but it was also the launch for the Wii. Now, fun fact about this one is, obviously, Link is left-handed.
Yay.
Yay! No lefty. Ooh, ooh.
The boys.
When they went to go to Twilight Princess, they actually mirrored it because most people are right-handed. So when they were doing, because you got to play it with the Wii remote, they actually watch round the actual world completely, so people can actually play it in like the Western world with their right hand. There you go. Fun fact.
That makes sense.
So therefore, we can try and rebuild Link itself, but I think it was easy just to flip the world around because then they'd have to change a lot of the puzzles and a lot of places where everything that kind of stuff. So it just made it easier. I like that game. I streamed that one on Twitch. I do a little bit of voice acting with some of it, and I think towards the end of the game, I was like pretending Link and Ganon were like two opposing football teams.
Oh, because of the deflecting thing.
The deflecting thing. It's just like, no, Spurs is better. Oh, Arsenal's better. That kind of stuff. It just went on and on and on. And I turned Zelda into like the ultimate like wag. For people outside the UK, wag means wife and girlfriend. It should actually be called wog, but I think that's actually an offensive term somewhere else in Australia. Wife or girlfriend, but this is the world of football, so both. That little side piece. I like the game. It was very, very dark. So yeah, when they did Wind Waker, they actually then decided, right, we got this criticism about it being too light and too dark and too comical and all this stuff. So they went the complete opposite way and just made it dark as shit. Which is fair enough, but I was just like, it doesn't quite have the fun, grace, and charm as Wind Waker. So it's like kind of not one of my least favorite, but my least enjoyable ones. Now, this one, I haven't got more fun facts about this one. This game and the other the other two games that come on this, was the reason why Capcom no longer do console exclusives. Now, this is Resident Evil 4. So, Capcom and Nintendo decided to do an exclusivity deal for the GameCube. So, one of my favorite games is Resident Evil HD, so the remake one, which came out on the GameCube. Didn't quite sell as much as they thought we were going to do, but it's a shame. Then the next game was Resident Evil 0. Again, looked really nice, but it did get a lot of criticism. I just remember the game being full of just bug monsters and bosses as well. And I was a bit like, I'm not sure if I can go around shooting like centipedes and cockroach. Yeah, I'm like, this is a gross game. And it also had like a really weird mechanic, which I didn't think was too bad. So basically, in Resident Evil, you've got when you go into the save room, you've got the boxes. And you can place your items in there and then they get transported around. It doesn't really make much sense. In this one, they went a little bit more realistically, where you can leave items on the floor and pick up stuff that you need. Now, the only problem is you have to backtrack quite a lot to certain safe spaces to get all your items and go from one character to another. And sometimes, and this in particular, basically the first game starts on a train and then you'll go past the boss. The boss is, spoilers for a game that's not over 2 decades old, is a scorpion. After you get that, you get something called a hook shop. You then pay for a little bit more and then the train crashes and all your items that are not in a particular spot do not appear ever again.
That's outrageous, man.
I know. And the only thing is, you will only ever get the hook shot if you save it in that particular... It doesn't matter where it is, it will still appear because you need it for the rest of the game. Otherwise, you get soft locked out of it. The only annoying thing is, you don't know when the train's going to crash. It does kind of telegraph when it's going to come, but you'll get to a certain spot and you'll just go, shit. Oh my ink ribbon's gone. Ah! My God, that's ruined. God, we've got quite a few games on here now.
I've got a lot as well, man.
Right, go ahead. Games. What is your next game that you want to talk about?
Well,
actually, before we start up to your next one, Resident Evil 4, best game ever. Just great. But then it's only better on the Wii. I know there's someone out there going, I hate you. I hate this podcast. You only want easy modes. Yeah. The reason is, God, you've got the gyro aiming. How good is that? You can get the headshots is perfect. And
accurate, yeah.
The thing Resident Evil 4 is, and this is what a lot of people say in the community, is that it's like a bit easy because all you have to do is go around, shoot someone in the head, run at them, kick them in the face, done. Zombies done. Let's Plagas, done. That was the best thing about it. You could just get on with it and get on with the story and play it all over again. But now, obviously, it's a bit changed. I'm actually playing the remake at the moment on the PlayStation 5, and it's actually scary now. I couldn't get...
What, the remake?
Yeah, that beginning bit, I don't remember it being that hard. The first one, I was like, I died once. This one, I died 3 or 4 times. I was like, shit, son.
I remember watching this. I was like, God damn.
Damn, dear. Anyway, back to you, the boy.
Okay, so I'll start off. Well, I'm going to save probably 2 of the major games for last. But there was one of my favorite racing games, Sonic Riders. But alongside that, because it was so different. Everyone was on extreme gears, but blah blah blah. Anyway, that game was really good, really good. They had to bring it back. But Burnout 2, Point of Impact.
Man,
the amount of times I heard that theme song, I was trying to skip through the intro just to get to the game. But man.
Burnout 2. Oh, I haven't thought about that game. It's because I'm still playing Burnout Paradise. And all the licensed music on there kind of distracts from what I'm playing sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, was Burnout 2, did that have loads of licensed music on it as well?
No, it's just like their own soundtrack. But a really good soundtrack.
The thing is, obviously, I can't say that I have it or not, but I think a little bit my ADHD tendencies goes, slow ride, take it easy. I'm like, that's that thing about all my friends and like the songs that we play on Guitar Hero, and I'm just like, shit, I'm meant to be riding right now, quick. That's the game. All right, what's another one?
Another one is, you played it actually. I never actually played it myself. Beautiful Joe. Do you remember that? I just remember this specific ability of you like kicking and punching people. And it was, you go into like what was it, like showcase mode or something like that? I can't remember what it's called. And it made everything slow and really...
You can do slow motion, you can do speed things up, you can do almost like counters. It's everything. If you ever loved B-movies and action films and basically anything that comes out of Japan between 1970 and 1999, you would freaking love this game. There's actually quite a few games. There's the second one, and I think there was a third one. It went on to like one of the portable consoles, but yeah. Beautiful Joe. Fantastic in Marvel vs. Capcom as well. But yeah. I actually wanted to get that game. I really wanted to get the second one, but I couldn't afford it at the time. Now I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
No. I don't know where it went.
But one game you did give me that was absolutely spectacular was Soul Calibur 2.
I was actually just about to say that one because it's in my list here. Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2. Now, the fun thing about Soul Calibur 2 is because it's Mystic Generation, it had 3 guest characters, each one for each console. So for PlayStation 2, it had Heihachi. I was just like, why? You got Yoshimitsu in there because he's already from the Tekken series. But I was just like, why not find someone else who's got like a sword or something? Not just some grey haired weirdo who can revive himself from the dead. Actually, to be fair, he has got the weird backstory that makes him fit in Soul Calibur 2. But I was just like, give him a sword or something. For Xbox, it was Spawn. But it was Spawn, but without the dramatic, over-the-top cape. And the only reason they didn't give him a cape was it was too much to animate. And I think it used to make the game
would have run at like 10 frames per second if they put that in.
He's coming. It might just be an RPG at that point.
Or like a PowerPoint show.
Yeah. The only reason they picked Spawn is because the guy that created Spawn really liked the Xbox, so they put Spawn in the Xbox version. That was it. Because they didn't have really an exclusive character to put in at the time. Anyway, enough about those. The reason why the GameCube version is the best one, because we got Link and doing the Master Sword.
My eyes. I think that's the first time I saw Link in a game, you know?
Yeah. And the best thing is, whenever you picked him and then it went into the battle, you went, ah!
Yeah. I just remember there's a lot of shouting from me, like,
it's like, Zelda's not here, I can speak. So overwhelmed. It's like overwhelmed with what you can say. He's like, it's like, Link, you're like,
It's like he was gargling on salt or something.
Yeah, like, poor Link. One time we were like, oh my God, we finally get to hear him talk. And he's like, You're just like, oh my god, did he sit on like an urchin or something? What's going on? You okay?
Has he got Lego in his shoes? What's going on?
Yeah, it was that damn sister of his from Wind Waker who left the Lego out. Now, I'm going to run down some of the games. So, next, Metro Prime.
I never
played them, but really cool. Right, I mentioned it now. It's still one of my games on to play. I think I might get the HD remaster on the Switch. One game I did get, it's on here now. I recently played it on the N64 live set, thankfully given to us by Nintendo. Pokemon Colosseum.
Oh, that game, man. Yeah.
Actually, I played Pokemon Stadium I played, but Pokemon Colosseum, I didn't get it, but I remember playing it. I was thinking, I'm not sure I'm into Pokemon anymore.
There was one on the Wii as well, Battle Revolution. Oh man, the good thing about that game was that because me and us, the four compadres, we all had a DS and we all had like the Pokemon games, so like Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. And you could actually transfer your Pokemon into the game.
Cool. Actually, they did that with all the consoles. I think with the N64, you could do that with the Game Boy. But I've got to say, Nintendo were kind of smart because they had the Game Boy Advance and the GameCube, and they can be interlinked. So you can play games like Pokemon. You had the Link, and I think it's like the Four Swords. A game I never got a chance to play because I didn't know enough people to, one, even own a GameCube, but let alone have a Game Boy Advance.
And a game.
And a game. And have busways to get to my house. That connectivity was freaking fantastic. I do remember getting a Game Boy Advance with the GameCube and be able to transfer certain things over. Very smart idea, but I was just like, I just want to play a game. I don't have to pay for two different consoles, which is why I think we now eventually evolved into the Switch, because everyone's just like, I don't want to buy two consoles for two different games to make it into one game.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I'm going to bring up two games that I think you might bust a nut over. So the first one, Mario Kart Double Dash.
Just like Link. Yeah.
You have to turn him down.
My God, the amount of hours I put into that game. The hours.
Right, it's still a good game. It's fantastic. Now, the only thing that I couldn't stand was the specials. Yeah, because each character had their own special where you could zip around, do whatever you wanted. But you have to be very careful when he selected on that track, because my favourites were the special you got from Princess Peach and Princess Daisy.
Busted.
That was just busting.
It could hit you with anything. Bloop, and then it's your item. I couldn't believe it when I did that.
That was busted, but the only other thing that I wanted, which ruined it, was I really wanted the Bowser massive turtle thing, turtle shell. No, the only problem is you would have a heavy character and a medium character together, so you would be a little bit slow but sturdy. You could take out anyone, but you just wouldn't win. You wouldn't be good at winning races.
Marvin, you should have picked Bowser Jr.
No.
Because then you would have had the medium cart and you would have been aight.
No. Now, the thing is, the heavy cart got speed, or was it acceleration? I think
was
speed.
Top speed.
So you need that. So that's why you had Bowser and Bowser Jr., because between the two, then they made it a little bit lighter. But because I wanted the special from the princesses, I was a bit like, oh, we have to sacrifice speed just so I don't get a chance to get hit.
Yeah. But you know who else you should have picked, Marvin?
Who?
You know what's the piranha plant? Is it piranha plant? And King Boo.
Yeah.
They got right whenever you hit Iron Box, you get any of the specials.
What?
Yeah. Did you not know that?
I forgot that.
It was random, but you could get the eggshell. You could have a Mario's Fireball, Luigi's. You could have the triple green or red shells. You could have a Daisy and Peaches thing. You could have the turtle shell. Those characters were busted, but you only got them at the end of the game. I think after you completed 150.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll have to play it again. They need to somehow reincorporate that into like the next Mario game.
Yeah.
Especially was it the World Tour thing?
What?
The game is, every time I look at it, I'm just like, I really want to play it. I'm also a bit like, I really don't want to.
It's very polarizing. Yeah.
Next one. I'm breaking up another racing game, but it's also not really a racing game. Instant hit and run. No. Yeah. The best Simpson game ever released, other than, I think there was a Simpson game that you could play on like the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Simpsons Hit and Run was just fantastic. I know some of the lines were overused and you hear them over again, but the references, the combat, like, it was just a fantastic game. It was like one of the best, like, 7 out of 10 games you'll ever buy.
Yeah, and it really wasn't 7 out of 10. It was more than that.
Yeah,
really. They just rated that for no reason. But
yeah.
it was like GTA for kids.
I can still see in my head, like, so you hit the character and they roll around.
Oh, and they're like, yeah, their arms are waving in the air.
Yeah.
You like, kick them over
that. I can't remember some of the lines, but we must go back to it. We must put them on the social media. And when the last one, I know you're actually going to bust a nut about this one. F-Zero GX.
The Marvio, man. I seen the game. I remember the old magazines you had.
Yes.
The Nintendo magazines. I had one of them. And I remember seeing F-Zero GX. Yeah, I can't remember what it is. I had it, but I can't remember if I still have it now. But I remember seeing the box. I remember looking for it. It's like Sonic Heroes, this, that, and the other. And then it showed F-Zero GX. Lord, my brain exploded when I saw that thing, man. And you played it as well.
Yeah, it still felt the adrenaline rushing through my body just from the first race. But then the tracks just got wilder and scarier and more twisty-turny. And I was like, holy shit, how do I even manage to play this game I can't play it now because my reactions are a bit slow. But
they're
shot. Oh dear Lord. Yeah, F-Zero. That's what happens when rival companies finally work together and produce something great. So it's like the Sega team and the Nintendo team work together, not for the last time, may I add, to bring us one of the best games. But people are still crying out for it. It's so much of a thing that Captain Falcon has been in the game every single console, but not had his own frigging racing game since.
Yeah, he's been delegated to
literally, Nintendo, if you're listening, and I know you're not, or you should be actually, please just go through your bloody Smash Brothers games like characters and just give them their own game console that you release, and everyone will be happy.
Please.
Can you imagine, like, Switch 2 Ice Climbers, Switch 2 a Wario game, Switch 2 Waluigi?
If they made like an
F-Zero, yes,
F-Zero Beyond or something, just a game like that. Oh my god! And the thing is, the game was so quick. I remember looking at some gameplay. I thought, you're going. It says 2,000 miles an hour at the bottom of the screen. I'm thinking you are definitely going that fast.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Like you said, you're cutting corners. You have to jump, do this, that, and the other. You'll spin around and kick. And I'll go into that more as well. I'll speak a bit more about the game and how brutal it is as well. When
do you
want me to say?
What you're gonna say next?
So there's 2 instances of the game being really brutal. So the first instance is when you're just playing a race generally, you can set your stats to boost or acceleration or whatever. That can make your car fast, slow, this, that, and the other. But there's an ability in the game where you can spin your car around and you can hit people and destroy their vehicle. And that wouldn't, it says, and I'll go into that more as well. Like when your car blows up, it ping pongs around, goes around people, boom, actually explodes. And it's just like charcoal on the track. But it just says retired. You are not retired. You're dead. It should say eviscerated or
I was only 2 corners away from retirement.
This could be my first Grand Prix as you fall off the track and explode into a massive. It's just a ball of fire on the ground. And in one of the story missions, you're on a bridge and there's like a gang of cars that are just like pissing about with Captain Falcon, just taking a piss of him, like, yeah, you can't do this, yeah, take us on. And then something flipped inside Captain Falcon, because in the mission, you have to actually kill them all. You have to go around blowing up, I think it's about 20 or 30 cars.
Oh, yeah. Some of the missions it was a bit dark.
Yeah.
This is manslaughter or genocide or something. You were getting into some really weird, creepy territory. Also, it's okay. It's sponsored. It's sponsored by Nintendo and Sega, so do what you want. God damn. But yeah, those games were fantastic. Now, another one I have to bring up, and I think this is the game that kind of defined my teenage years. Mario Party fucking 4. Now, RIP my friendship with my former friends. I used to remember going to, I'm going to say the Fair Brothers, and going there, and me, my friend, her brother, and sometimes the mum would play Mario Party 4. And I remember one time I was just like, you know what, I'm going to come around this house ever again. Because I used to always win. And they used to actually put themselves into teams to try and take me out. Now, I was okay at the mini games, but I was also the most unfortunate person. And what does Mario Party like to do? Give you the most stars of being the most unfortunate person. So, Land and Bowser Squares always lost at certain mini games, always lost at this. And they're like, how did you win this whole thing? I was just like, if you spent this time trying to actually try and take me out, you would actually win.
Yeah.
And I think one time they actually celebrated that they beat me. I was just like, until next time.
Such a small, savory victory for you.
Yeah, keep your feeble victories to yourself. I've already won the war. But yeah, Mario Party 4.
And Mario Party 5 as well. I remember that. I remember the title screen. And do you know what? I think they had the era of the GameCube. I think that had the best Mario models.
Oh, it did actually. They were quite cute. Actually, you know what? I do remember one thing. I was in my chance to get fitness, I used to go swimming, and I used to swim like the Mario Medley, the swimming mini game. I used to do that in the swimming pool, and I was like, right, don't call butterfly. Sorry, and I was like, if Mario can do it, I can.
as you slowly start sinking the day.
Quick, ZR and ZL Marv. Okay. Oh God. The things I used to reveal about myself, right? And after I do a quick rundown of some of the games here. So we've got James Bond 007 Nightfire, which was a fantastic game.
Good, yeah.
I think it was modelled after Pierce Brosnan, I think, because he was James Bond at the time. It was a really good game, although some of the missions were a bit like, try and be stealthy. And I was just like, can't really be stealthy when and you can barely crouch. Other games on here, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, didn't play that, but I heard it was really good. You've got all the Mario sports games. I think the only one I played was Mario Power Tennis, but again, that was transferred over to the Wii. I don't remember it being particularly outstanding, but it was okay. Not on the list here. Time Splitters.
Oh my God. I didn't play it on the GameCube, but I played it on Xbox with El Cousins, or El Primas.
No, yeah. It says here Time Splitters Future Perfect.
Yeah, that was a game.
Is that the first game?
I think that was after. I think that was the third one, I think. Or the fourth.
Cool. Next one, Wario World. Didn't play that one. Wario World.
Oh, Wario World.
Wario.
Wahaha.
Mario is your enemy. I am your hero. And you're like, oh, all right, Wario.
That reminds me of them.
That's the advert they have in... Actually, I think they had it over here, but they didn't play it. So this is why I'm so jealous of America. They always got all the best adverts, and it would have made you want to play the games. Like, the British ones were always a bit lame. Like, we want you to play gaming, but we don't want you to play too much. They're that meme where it's like, the mum buys you the console, and your mum sees you playing the console. Two different pictures.
No, boy, get off that console, man.
Yeah.
Your eyes going to turn into squares, like a TV.
Yeah. And you're just like, wait a minute, you already got glasses on, Mum, so it's okay. Following suit. You've got Skies of Arcadia. I brought up Legend of Zelda: The Four Swords. I still want to play that one. Now, I know you're going to go bloody apeshit over this one, and that's quite an appropriate pun. Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2.
Yeah, that game. I think that had the best selection besides maybe what was the one that came out on Wii? I can't remember what it's called, but it was Banana Rumble or some shit like that. But that had some of the best mini games for playing like multiplayer. Because me and cousin D, when I went out to London, Marvin, the handbag, I brought my handbag all the way to London and played Super Monkey Ball 2 with cousin D, and he still says to this day, "Hey Chris, you remember that GameCube game that we used to play?" I was like, "Yeah, man. Yeah, don't worry, I remember it, boy." Super Monkey Ball 2. And I think that had a really good soundtrack because a lot of the games back then I listened to it now. And you remember when I was playing that music for you, Marvin, and I was saying, oh, it's like Y2K music. It's like liquid drum and bass and jungle core. And it was, oh, man.
I do admit, Sega are very good at finding their music. Whoever, because they do a lot of license, like they are the kings of music. I'm just gonna say Crazy Taxi.
Oh, Crazy Taxi! Yeah.
He makes some crazy money. Are you ready? Which is actually my alarm. I completely forgot I put that as my alarm. I was there having a nap, and Chris was like, "What's that sound?" I'm like, "You ready to make some crazy money? Are you ready?" Right. The only thing about Monkey Ball is, right, I've got two things to say about it. One, how you control it. Still, my brain still can't understand the fact that you're either moving the ball or the platform. It still makes me feel a little bit sick. And some of the mini games in it, I think the best and worst one is the target practice one.
Oh, you mean when you're gliding through the air?
Yeah, when you glide and then it's like open, close, and you have to try and get within a certain hole. But the worst one is when they have the one that's like a little bit off from the main target.
Yeah.
And it's got like, there's 100 points or 200 or whatever it is.
5,000 billion points or some shit.
And you've got the smallest space that you can actually try and get onto it. And every single freaking time I'm like, all right, I'm going to go for it this time. Splash. That poor monkey probably did. Right, next on the list. Beyond Good and Evil, which is, you know what? I only played it for about an hour, got really bored. It's not until I realised that it's probably one of the best games ever made. And I just went,
nah,
you're right. Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes.
Oh, that was yeah, man.
Right. I played this one. I completed it. Now, I still remember Psycho Mantis.
Oh, he messed with so many people's head and he fucked with your head.
And him going, it's because back in those days, you used to get memory cards. Now, for everyone who's under the age of 32, or has no concept of gaming, we used to have memory cards where you used to put into your console, so you had some memory so you can actually save your games. Well, now it's just saved internally or saved on the cloud, whatever. Because Psycho Mantis was such a psycho, he could read your actual memory card. And there was one cutscene, and I was just like, how did he freaking know? And this is before you go through walkthroughs. He's like, I see you've been playing Eternal Darkness. I was just like, oh my God, Eternal Darkness is here. It's jumped from console, it's jumped from game to game to come and find me. Yeah, it really did freak me out that time. And then I looked at a walkthrough because I couldn't get past that particular boss fight because he used to know what you were doing. And then it's until he's like, no, it's until, what's the name of the boss? What's the name of the boss?
What boss? What? Or Psycho Mantis?
Yeah. No, the name of your boss is Snake. Snake, the general, or whatever.
General, Colonel something. I thought it was just called the Colonel.
Right. So Colonel Sanders.
That's it.
That's the name of the KFC man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's him, right? Let me look up his name. I'm sure. Yeah, Colonel Sanders told you about the secret recipe.
Yes, told you about the secret recipe. And he tells you, well, maybe we should switch ports. And I'm just like, ports? Yeah, I was not a very bright child. Then you have to switch over which controller port you put in, and you can still play the game. Psycho Mantis couldn't actually follow your controls. Next game, right? Didn't play this, but I only played it on the Switch. Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, man.
This is the birth of Animal Crossing. This console.
Yeah, same as you.
There's quite a few games. Right, another one I had, which I have a little bit of an odd affinity with, is Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2.
Now, you gave me that game as well, yeah.
Yeah, I had that game, completed the first level, didn't realise there was more than one level. I was just like, well, this is a bit shit. It's like, they only give you the first level. It's the one, obviously, we take out the Death Star. I didn't realise you had to go across the different planets to pick the next mission.
Oh man,
I was not paying much attention, so I swapped it.
what was
Oh,
good?
it's a bit crap, and then got something else. I think I got Resident Evil instead. Like, this is a bit more of a game. Completed that, and then I was like, should go get another game. And then one of my friends said, "Oh, did you play that other mission on Star Wars Rogue Squadron?" I was like, "Other mission? What?" And then that's when you go into like Tatooine and all the other planets. I was like, going to Hoth. Yeah, strange times. I was not very observant as a elder teenager. I must have been 18, 19 when this stuff started coming out. So, like,
Yeah,
oops. Well, this is on the hit.
I've got one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bomberman Generation.
No, wait. Was that on the GameCube?
Yeah.
I thought it was on the Saturn.
Oh, well, it probably was, but it was on the. I remember playing Bomberman Generation on GameCube.
Bomberman. It's fantastic. The worst, I think, when you die and you come back and you're on that little sliding machine thing, and you go around shooting the other players until someone dies.
Yeah.
That's just mean-spirited. And the best thing is when if you take someone out when you're on one of those little electronic cart things, is you replace the person that you killed, and just keeps going around until there's only just literally one person left standing. That game. I'm trying to think of the other games that we had on there. Now, I remember having Cell Damage.
Oh, I played that on PS2, but go ahead. I love that game.
That game. It was. I was unfortunately very easily influenced by people at that young age. When I was like thinking, I really like Cell Damage, and I read it in the magazine, like one of those Nintendo Power magazines, and it was going, Cell Damage only 6 out of 10. I was like, it's only 6 out of 10. I was just like, why did I not have my own mind at that point to go say, no, it's actually a decent game. Ignore the reviews. But actually, you did bring up a good point with all the magazines. I miss those.
They have flair, man. They had personality.
Yeah, that personality, they gave you some good news, and you're really excited to buy a game. And if you bought the game alongside the comics, sometimes they had like hints and tips in it. And now, obviously, everything's online and everything's with access. There's nothing more exciting, more like you like feeling the hype of it when you go get on the bus, go into town. You get your pocket money that you've been saving up for like 2-3 months, and then you're like, right, if I can go buy this game, I'm going to go buy another magazine to go with it, and just reading it on the bus with your game in your hand, and and you're full of sugar because you've gone to the cinema.
Shop, yeah.
You've gone to shops, and you got yourself a McDonald's, and you went in with £20, you come back with £20, and just reveling in the fact that you can just like you play a game, then you flip through the magazine and go, if you want to know how to do this, do the Konami code, and you're just like, oh yeah, and then all the excitement. I've got myself all excited now. I shouldn't have had that monster drink earlier, but yeah.
I got a couple of games as well when you're done.
Go on then. I've finished reminiscing. I've had my I can see little teenage Marv, little bunny slippers on, going, I'm gonna play a game now, and then Mum going, right, off.
Yeah, as soon as you hit the put the disc down and start the game up. Cheese ready, dinner's ready. Why?
I don't want food. I want to play Star Fox. Yes, go on with your games.
That's the boarding series. I can't. Was it SSX3?
SSX3. Which Tricky was on a different console, wasn't it?
I think Tricky was No, that was GameCube. It was Tricky. Yeah, it was Tricky.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, those are really good games. I remember spending far too much time on those.
And the thing is, you could actually unlock the Nintendo characters. You could unlock Mario, Luigi, and Peach on the game.
I don't think I got that far, but I just remember playing enough of it to go, this is cool. And again, all the licensed music that was on there.
Yeah, there was. These are probably going to be a personal to me. So there was it Sonic? I think it was Sonic Gems Collection.
Yeah, it does say Mega Collection.
There was two. There was Mega Collection, and then I got Gems Collection as well. Mega Collection is the one I saw you play, and then Gems Collection is a separate one. So Mega Collection had like Sonic 1 through 3, and I think I had like 3D Blast on it as well. And then Gems Collection had Sonic CD, Sonic R, and
Sonic.
Yeah, living in a city. You know, oh man, how about that those games, all those games I used to play on the GameCube defined my music taste. And also sit in the back of Mr. Dadalo's car with his R&B and soul music.
Dad having his own. I swear, whenever Dad had his little music on, I could just imagine going like, I used to have hair during this time.
Yeah, that's when he was called T-Dog.
Oh dear. Any other games?
There was another game that I played called The Incredibles, the Disney,
Oh
the
yeah.
Disney movie. That game, I remember there was the section I used to play a lot because I couldn't get past the rest of the game was Dash the small fast little brat. You could run around and
Little brat.
one of the missions he misses the bus for school, but because he can run at the speed of sound or whatever, he's just like, you know what, I'll just get in front of the bus and get there in time. But you had to jump over cars and this, that, and the other. It was really cool. And then there was a game called XGR3.
XGR3.
Oh no, XG3. And that was like it's like extreme biking game. And I only played it maybe like once or twice in my life. But I remember it and I was like, this is similar to F-Zero. That was my fix for F-Zero GX that I missed out on.
Oh, bless you. Right. I remember one game, and this might actually knock you over the head with this nostalgia. Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
Oh, I never played it, but
I swear you played it.
I don't think I ever played it.
You did. I remember you sitting there going, "Oh, can I play on the X on the GameCube now?" Like, I didn't play another more level. I was just like,
was it Billy Hatcher?
Yeah, Billy Hatcher, and he's like little white blonde kids who had like a chicken hat.
Yeah, chicken hat. Oh, I don't even remember playing that game.
It's from the Sonic team. I'm surprised, Christopher. Are you sure you're actually my brother now?
This is a shame. Am I a Sega fan? That's the real
question. Sega.
What am I?
Next one. Right. I remember two games on here. One I actually played and one I haven't played, but I've seen the film for it. Right. The one I haven't played is Blood Rain. And it's got Christina Loco as the vampire woman. It's done by that German director. You were Bull. Oh, terrible. One game which I friggin' love, and I remember it the other day, Bloody Raw Primal Fury, where you were fighting games and you turned into characters, and like Alice was like a rabbit and Cronus was like a penguin, who was like the cheapest character ever. I swear, put a bird in your game and it's already going to be broken.
Yeah.
I just remember him like, he's in yellow and black and he just goes, does his little power... It does like a little blast when you turn into animal, and one of the specials is it surfs on the person and surfs them around the arena. I was like, ow. So then you got this like kingfisher penguin taking out these poor people. But then maybe, and the whole arena just went blue, and just to see it was just, and all the stars and stuff, because like the person's faces are getting grated across everywhere. What other games are on here? Now, a quick rundown of some other ones. Capcom versus SNK 2. I remember playing that quite a bit, but I didn't quite get into that one as much as I should have done. Let's see, this right. It says it's got 651 games that are on the GameCube, but one that I have to mention now because I used to love my fighting games, F Jam Vendetta.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Fight for New York.
New York, yeah, that was on there as well. I think that one got released afterwards, but god damn, just taking people out as DMX, I was like, yes.
Or Ludacris as well with his 5 foot nothing soft body, man.
Oh.
Power bombing someone.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, all these rappers finally fighting and not using their guns. Use your fist, not your guns.
They're not cussing each other over tracks. They just said, "Oh, funny, we'll just take it to the streets."
Yeah, literally to the streets. You had a lot of Dragon Ball Z games on there as well.
Oh man, yeah. Budokai Tenkaichi and all them. That was me and cousin K every single time we went around this house. But he had a PS.
Boo. What was this on here? There's loads. God, there's literally heaps of games, and this might have to come back to another.
I have to do a part 2.
Yeah, part 2. But I think we've spoken about most of the bigger ones.
I think we have to speak about the obscure games because I saw one and I was thinking, what kind of game is this, man?
Yeah, we'll have to come back for part 2. God, There's some Madden games on here as well.
Yeah, Madden. There'll be FIFA and what was it?
God.
SmackDown and Raw, man. Yeah.
And one game which has actually been killed off by the competition, ironically, Medal of Honor.
Oh yeah,
I remember playing Frontline.
Yeah.
And it being really good, but then there's like, have you ever played Call of Duty? And you're just like, what is this? And it's basic for me. It's just the same game over and over again. But obviously, Call of Duty just shut down that.
Yeah, they took it to the next step. It's when they did. It's when Call of Duty went to Modern Warfare.
Oh yeah,
and they started in the modern setting. It just wiped everyone out. And then Medal of Honor tried doing that. It's meant to be a good game, but it just wasn't the same.
It had its time, and
Halo.
I think we'll do one last one before we wrap it up because I have to go to bed. I'm not sure if you remember this one. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time.
I never played it, but isn't that kind of like it kind of reminds me of a linear version of like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it's kind of like Assassin's Creed, but if you weren't keep going back and forth into the modern world, you just and you could slow down and rewind things, and I'd always forget that I had the rewind function die, and then it's like, remember, Sands of Time, and you're just like, oh shit, that's what it's called. Idiot, such an idiot. But they had 3 games on there. I didn't realize that. They had Sands of Time, The Two Thrones, and The Warrior Within. Now, The Warrior Within, I kind of remember watching a YouTube video on that one, and it had like some sexy woman in it because I think he got a love interest. I think he had a love interest in all 3 of them. But the love interest in this one played like a bit of a bigger role, I think. And it's also a bit darker. This is during the emo phase of everyone's gaming. Yeah, because emo was actually starting to become a bit more of a thing back then, early 2000s. I'm still looking at, I'm looking at SSX here. You've got SSX 3 and SSX Tricky. So there were 2 different games. SSX Tricky is the one I played. SSX 3 is the one that I was like, oh, this one that's quite cool. Yeah. Oh, there's heaps.
My FIFA Street. These are games that I played on a different console, but it's bringing it back.
Yeah.
FIFA Street, good game. What about God?
And I'm going to end this one on this game because, it's fortunate to get to. Now, this is one that I remember. And now the world kind of remembers because it's had a bit of a weird resurgence again in the popular culture zeitgeist. X-Men Next Dimension. Now, this is it.
Is that the fighting game you was on about?
That's the fighting game I went on about. And it was basically X-Men, but it's based on like the 2001 comics. So you had like Extreme X-Men, X-Men Uncanny, and there's another title. And basically it's all their blue and black costumes because obviously that's when X-Men 2 was out. And
is it they had a TV show that had the same sort of art style, didn't they? Was it a TV show or was it just a cover that I remember?
I think it's the cover you remember, and it looks a little bit like X-Men Evolution.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. It looked like X-Men Evolution, but I think X-Men Evolution was coming towards the end of its run or the middle of its run, but they used all the comic references, and now this is where X-Men get freaking dark. It was a bit, I don't know, after playing Soul Calibur 2 and then playing this, I was a bit like, right, where's the effort? But they had so many characters and so many different moves. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to forgive it. It's just got X-Men on it. I'm fine. I'm bought. Towards the end of the game, you have to fight Bastion. Now, Bastion is in X-Men 97 at the moment, and he's like the main boss in that one. Well, the main villain, I should say. And X-Men Dimension, you get towards the end, you have to play 3 different characters, and you'll get 3 different endings if you beat Bastion with these people. First one is Wolverine. And I think you have to fight Wolverine against Magneto, and then if you don't beat Wolverine with Magneto, I think you use another character. But then after that, you then go up against Bastion. So you'll go up against them as Magneto. If not, you go against them as Jean. Now, it can go one of 2 ways. I can't remember which way it goes around, but if you get hit while being played as Bastion, you get the normal ending. If you beat Bastion with Jean without getting hit or losing a certain amount of points or whatever, Bastion kills Cyclops, and then Jean Grey blows up the Earth.
That's outrageous.
So you get punished for playing the game far too well. It came up on what's that gaming channel that comes up on it? I always watch it. It's the British people. Oh, outside Xbox.
Oh.
They showed it. I was just like, holy shit. I'm so glad I was a little bit bad with Jean Grey, because if you do it as a perfect, yeah, he basically just retaliates, kills Cyclops. She goes, what the fuck? He goes, oh my God. And then blows up the earth. I was like, wow, that was dark. But yeah, we'll end on that game with Revelations. There you go. Right. To all our listeners out there, I hope you've enjoyed this extra long version of GameCube introduction. This is as long as you, me, and V's, but we've gone through a lot of games, so
it's true.
It's a bit of, yeah. Go ahead.
We only scraped the surface.
I know, we only scraped the surface, and we're not even talking about some of the more obscure games. I was literally going for the listeners, going, oh,
yeah.
Obviously, under bated breath. What? Yeah.
What's that robot for Futurama? What?
But yeah, we will be back another time. Yes, we'll be fighting back the boy again for GameCube. Yeah. But yes, have you had a good time today, the boy?
That was brilliant. Trip down memory lane.
Yeah, if not, I'll be upstairs to beat the crap out.
Well, I still got my GameCube, so I used that as my handbag.
Well, it's still on the podcast. You said what?
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to Around the World in 80 Games. We'll be back again. It'll be a different subject. As you notice, this won't always be on travel. It won't always be in gaming. It'll be a bit of a mixture of both, or whatever it comes into mind. Anyway, thank you for joining. Have a good day. And let's leave with a nice life tip. Save your money. Save it.
Please, people.
Please save your money.
Don't gamble. Be responsible.
Don't gamble. And yeah. Check your credit score. There you go. Anyway, right?
Oh my God!
I can't afford to get a credit card to pay for this.
Anyway. Let me just buy the Panasonic Q.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Actually, save your money. Don't buy a Panasonic Q. Right. Invest wisely. Anyway, peace out. Goodbye.